Hi everyone, welcome back on my YouTube channel. Today another video about Clan War. We will play against KR Blue. We already played, but I will show you all the teams that I used against this clan. Let's see.
This could be us. So back to what I was saying. Could be us.
Okay, let's start with this offense. I used Sirius, this guy to use to land the defense down at the beginning of the fight, and Sigren must for secure the fight than for something else. I just wanted to be sure to cleave with Eweret. She's the K in this team, so let's see what happens. The K in this fight is to play first. If my Sirius can outspeed the Sirius's enemy, then I should not have any problem to win the fight. If you're not sure about your speed, or if you think that you could not outspeed the enemy, then you should not try to do this thing. And now the last feat is Lagerta, but if no one is playing in her team, then she will not proc the passive and she could not deal any damage. So to resume, you're gonna need to have the fastest speed on your Sirius and enough speed for Eweret to be sure to play just before Sirius and don't get cut by the enemy. So first match, nothing too difficult. I will show you the gear the equipment that I used after. Let's now look the next fight. So my next offense is this one. I decided to play my Valet with as much speed as possible, and normally I should be able to outspeed this guy simply because he's not using any lead with speed. So, and yeah, he has the chivalry 10, but if he's not using the lead speed, then you should not have any problem to outspeed. And if you outspeed with your own Valet, then you should be able to just cleave this team very easy. And this is what happened. I secured the fight with Ellen because Ellen is in the Hound Favor faction, and he also will land a speed debuff at the beginning of the fight on 2 enemies. So even if I was sure at 99% that I'm gonna outspeed this guy, I decided to pick Ellen just to make this fight more comfortable. And if he could outspeed me with Valet, which should be not possible because I got not the maximum speed possible, but enough speed on my Valet to be sure to outspeed the Valet enemy without the bonus from the lead. And so this is what happened. I easily won this fight. Let's look now the other one. Next one is this one. So I played a very defensive team, and let's look what happened. He should have outspeeded me with his Lancelot, but with his Morgan, but I think he doesn't have that much good speed equipment. And also you must know that something strong about Boss, it is that he's starting the fight with a speed buff. I made a specific video on this guy, and at the start of the battle, as you can see, he starts the fight with attack speed increase 1. It means that sometimes you can surprise the enemy and outspeed him because of this buff. It increases the speed by 15%. So this is a very, very, very strong passive. And right here, this is what happened. But even if he could have outspeed me, I use the Guinevere to be sure to don't got any control effect from Morgan or from Lancelot. The most important is to play with both before Hild or before Lot, and then I would benefit of the counter attack buff on Ain, and she will easily cleave this team. And this is what she did. I think the enemy, for example, he built too much champ with control. This is an easy team to counter if you just use Guinevere. And this is what I did. You could have used any other champs, obviously, but the key in this team is to use, against this team, is to use Guinevere. So if someone build a team around a lot, Lancelot, Wind Morgan, then you can use Guinevere to easily counter that kind of team. So let's see now the next fight. The next fight is going to be interesting. I decided to play my Caliban Archer with this guy, which will decrease the defense and also buff attack when he's going to die. I also decided to play with Gaelian, and right here you notice that now I have the attack buff. And I also decided to play with Gaelian and Frost Merlin to bring some tankiness and to secure this fight. Now they all have the defense down, and I also have the attack buff from Juan or Jan. Well, it depends. I think it is a Spanish guy, so it should be Juan, thing like this. And now, so he's playing again with Evil Red. He's doing a lot of damage, but in this game, if you don't use any defense down, then you should not be able to one-shot any support with HP or any tank in this game. You have to use the defense down. For example, you should have used Morgan or something like that. And right here, I killed someone very easily, and I play again, and I kill them again. So I should not even have used Galen or Frost Merlin, but I just wanted to secure this fight. So I just killed a few Serpent favor team, specifically a Ceres. That could be very annoying. So against the very fast team around Ceres, the Serpent team, basically without any control or any annoying champ for your Caliban Archer, not any lot, some champ with Oblivion can easily counter Caliban Archer. If you don't see any of these champs, then feel free to play Caliban Archer with Jan, and you should be able to easily win that kind of fight. Even if they have high chivalry, even if they have high quality of equipments, it should not be a problem. Caliban Archer will just cleave them very easy. And this is what happened in this fight. So very interesting configuration. Don't hesitate to abuse of this duo. And I always like to use some strong support to secure the fight. We never know what could happen. So let's see the next fight now. The next fight I'm not gonna show you because it is not that much interesting. I'm gonna show you. I don't know if I got only 50. So it means that some of the champs in the enemy team, yeah. So he has only 3 champs. A lot of tankiness champs. So I decided to use some support to heal and some strong damage dealer. Honestly, nothing is very interesting there, but I'm just showing you sometimes you can have that kind of configuration and just always secure the fight, because you will see that is using a Bedouin with very high skill dodge, and you will see that was difficult for me to kill this guy. Even if I'm using a Tristan, who is normally a very good counter against Badwin, because of the protection, I got some problem to kill this Badwin. It was not as easy as I thought. So that's why when you fight in Clan War, you always must think about everything. I should have used maybe another champ that can reduce the dodge or increase the accuracy, I don't know. But it took me very long time to kill this Badwin. And if he had the last champ in his team alive, Brennan, then yeah, I would never have killed this team. But someone already killed Brennan. So let's look the next fight now. Okay, let's look the next fight. Much more interesting there. The issue could have been to be outspeeded by the Morgan enemy. But if you as always, normally you have to play and to be sure to outspeed when you play against someone that is also playing fast. Most of the time it's about who is going to outspeed the enemy. And then when you outspeed with your Frost Morgan, you can play with another damage dealer, but Hyde is a very strong option. As you can see, she's doing a lot of damage. So most of the time, if you can outspeed the enemy with Frost Morgan paired with heals, you will just cleave very easily. And I decided to play with Badwin to secure the fight, as always, put the attack down on Caliban Archer and be sure that is not going to surprise me with some huge damage and trigger the strife set, healed back all his life and kill someone else or whatever. Badwin is a strong option against Caliban Archer because you will totally annihilate the damage income of Caliban Archer. So interesting fight, but as I said, the most complicated part is going to be to outspeed the Morgan enemy. Let's look now at the other fight. So let's now check these fights. There, Lancelot, he is a champ that will allow you to have a high control effects, and paired with Lancelot, it's gonna just be totally insane. And most of the time, if you can play first, and if the enemy is not playing with Badwin or Guinevere, for example, you will just easily win the fight. Obviously, look at this power. He has high power on his teams. On his team, it means that he has probably very high quality of equipments, but no synergy, no threat in this team. So that's why I decided to play two of the strongest champ in PvP, who are Lancelot and Lot. And then Badwin is also doing very good job, and Gawain can resist. He has the immunity buff, so even if I could not control the Frost Merlin for any reason, I would be able to resist of the control effect because I'm immune against that with Gawain, and he will obviously destroy this team very easy. He is a very strong damage dealer, very good option when you don't have any other champs left. Then you can easily play Gawain. He has very decent damage, and also Claudas. A lot of people underrate Claudas, but she has a very strong kit for PvP, very strong skill set. Let's look now at the other fights. This team, very interesting fights there. But as always, it's gonna be a race about the speed. And my Claricine has a very good equipment. That's why I can outspeed even his Lancelot. Obviously, I decided to also use Revenant Merlin to benefit of the speed lead bonus. But Claricine has very high speed, so you should be able to easily outspeed a lot of different champs in the game with Claricine. I'm gonna show you her equipment at the end of the video, but she is a very interesting champ for PvP. So she almost did 80% of the job there. She can charge the attack gauge. It means that she's an opener. She will play first. She will buff your enemy, your team, or maybe debuff the enemy team. She can trigger the Chivalry 4, I think, which will increase the attack gauge by 20% and also give a crit damage buff on the team. So she is honestly one of the best PvP champ in the game. And I would say if you want to secure a team and outspeed the enemy team, then don't hesitate to pick Claricine. She has, I think, 126 base speed. I think she's even faster than Morgan. So if you have a good equipment with a lot of speed on the substat, then you can do a lot of amazing things with this champ. Let's look now the other fights. And the last fight is not even level 50. I think it is a new players, a beginners. So this is not that much interesting, but I'm just showing you this fight because this is the last one and I obviously easily won this fight. So now let's check the equipment. So when I play in Clan War, I change the equipment like this on all the different champs. So don't expect to have, or if you're lazy or if you don't want to change the equipment, then you will lose a lot of efficiency. But I decided to build a very good offensive speed set for Claricine, for example, but it can also be for the other damage dealer. Most of the time, when you play against a team that don't have any speed leads or don't have any fast champ, you can easily outspeed them with a damage dealer, even if you don't have any charge attack gauge champs in the team. So I build, and I recommend you to do same, a decent speed set for my damage dealer, and I decided to play with the fortune set. It increases the hit accuracy. This is very great for PvP, and critical strike rate. So I think this is the best set to pair with the speed set. You will see that I got a critical strike rate here with attack speed, the substat. I try to have attack speed +3 on all of my equipment. Attack speed, and so this is what I told you. She is very fast, 400 speeds. She has she has 129 speeds on the base. And for example, the fastest champ in the team, in the game right now is Siras. She has 142. And I think the second fastest champ in the game is Morgan. Morgan has 130. So she's not as fast as Morgan, but she's much faster than any other damage dealer in the team. And as I said, she can boost the attack gauge with, if you have unlocked the Chivalry 3, she can boost the attackers with the skill 2. So this is important. You must start the fight with the skill 2. And then after the priority, so you must try to have a decent offensive speed paired with fortune set for your damage dealer with as much proc on speed on the sub stats. And obviously another speed, basic speed set for Sirius, Lancelot, because they both need effect accuracy. So this is probably what I use right now. Speed, speed, speed. So this is basically the set that I'm gonna use for Lancelot, for Morgan, for who else? You can even use that kind of set on Lot. Well, all the openers in the game. And after you have obviously to build a decent offensive classic set with Ascension set and crit damage set. So this one, or maybe you can also use the fortune set. You will have to build decent damage dealer equipment, obviously. And after, just swap. Use the same gear. And as I said, detail equipment, blam, blam, and you change. And you swap like that. This is what I recommend you to do if you play in Clan War, or at least if you want to be strong in Clan War. So this is the end of the video, guys. Enjoy the game. See you soon for the next one. Bye bye.